She's the artist.
And he's insane.
And together we're Smoke, Scales, and Scribbles. But
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Another week of shit weather.
Yeah, it's currently warmish, but it's now raining and windy, so that's fun.
Like, quite windy. I'm sure you can hear the plastic a little bit.
Yeah, our last little straggler piece.
On this side. The other side that wasn't even attached all that well
It's still
has
there.
stayed there longer than the stuff that we actually
I know.
made it better. Yeah.
I think this side takes way more brute force wind, though.
I feel like it, just because of how the wind blows at our house.
Right?
I think that's the situation.
Probably.
Personally.
That would be my best guess.
So, we still haven't found Sunday.
No.
So, we're not super excited about that.
No good news on that front.
But, we're still looking. As a matter of fact, today I went to our crawl space and looked throughout our crawl space.
Yeah, he did. Searched our entire crawl space to make sure she didn't somehow magically end up down there. Which, he didn't find her. Which is actually better news, because she gets down there, it's been really cold. I don't think she could have survived staying down there.
And if she could have, she'd definitely need some work when we got her back, that's for sure. But, yeah, so we haven't seen her yet.
No, but I'll tell you what. Snakes teach you patience, because they will make you wait weeks before they decide to come out of hiding when they get out.
Right. The other thing they'll make you, like, be patient with is, like, we have a wild-caught snake right now.
Yeah, we do.
So, we got her out the other day, and we wanted to work with her a little bit, because it was cleaning day, and we had to get her out.
For what, like 3 weeks now? We haven't gotten her out and messed with her. We've been trying to get her to eat.
Just under a month.
Yeah. And she finally did eat. We finally did get her to eat, guys. Wildfire. We finally got her to eat. An anole. A live anole. She ate it and left the head for me. That was nice of her. Left it right in the front of her cage for me.
Yeah, she ate last Thursday.
So, we did have to clean her cage, because now that she's eating, she's pooping. So, it's time to clean her cage. She needed water out to her substrate, so it was like, well, time to handle her whether she likes it or not. Ready, here we come.
She did good, though.
I was really surprised. Honestly, we figured she would be a little bit more gnarly now, because she's more comfortable and she's settled into her home instead of scared in a bag. So, I was fully prepared that when I picked her up out of there, there was a good chance she was going to bite my ass. And she didn't. Didn't even try. She did really good.
Right before we put her away, she, like, half-ass struck just to, like, try to play hard guy with us.
Yeah, she, like, did a mock strike. She didn't actually strike, but, like, a half-ass, I will fuck you up kind of warning, like, and all I was doing was opening her lid to her house, but she really wanted to go into her house.
Yeah, after she saw her house, she was like, house!
Yeah, after we got out of the bath, she was calm and being a good girl, and then as soon as she saw her house, she was like, yes, let me in!
Right? So at least we know that she likes her house. That's good thing.
Right? I fucking hope so.
Right?
Fucker's got so much shit in it, it's a bitch to clean.
Put a good amount of money into that tank. For sure.
We put a good amount of money into every tank. Just not usually quite all at once like that.
Right?
Usually we start with the basics and I just kind of slowly purchase shit and put it in there as I get it.
Right? Or find it, rock-wise and
That
whatnot.
too. Rocks and logs. Those are the big ones that are a pain in the dick. I'm going to make a rock pile, watch and see. Come winter time, I'm going to have a pile of rocks right underneath the edge of the porch so when I need a rock in the middle of winter, I don't have to go try and dig in the snow.
You're funny.
I feel like it's important they all have rocks, because when it comes time for them to shed, they need those abrasive surfaces. And when it comes to lizards, it helps keep their nails filed down a little bit better.
Right.
And I need decent-sized rocks for them to use, so.
I mean, in nature, Tinley, like, would live in a set of rocks.
Yeah, guys, I changed his rock building. And instead of having 2 small ones, I have 1 big one across almost the entire back of his tank now.
Right.
And he's been going nuts with it.
Yeah, I've seen him laying in a couple of different spots of it.
He really seems to enjoy it. He's got a den built in the back of it already that you can see if you look just right. He doesn't know you can see him, but I know I can see him.
Right. That's because that's how they feel all nice and safe.
Right? It's nice, though. I'm really glad that he is enjoying his rocks.
Right.
Because it definitely took me like 45 minutes to empty it, clean it, and put it back together.
Right.
Because them rocks is heavy. They're not small rocks, guys. There's some pretty hefty rocks in there. Makes me excited for when we have a front opening enclosure, because that'll be 10 times easier. Ain't no more of this trying to lift them out the top bullshit.
Look at that, you think. Because then you have to fight with the door and make sure that you're not hitting the door with them. And...
No, I'll just tie the door open like I do Mocha's. I tie her door to Robert's cage. Oh, I need it to stay open.
Right.
But I revamped Dora's cage too.
Right.
But she's been enjoying it. She still loves her plant. It's still her favorite.
The plant in her log.
Yep. Loves that plant you got her.
She shed out of nowhere.
Yeah, she fucking did. I went to clean her cage and there's a shed in there. And I'm like, when the hell did we miss that? I think it was probably when we were letting her settle in. And we weren't messing with her because she hadn't eaten yet.
I'm assuming of some sort.
Little turd. Charlie finally ate, though.
Oh, for this 3 months straight.
Jesus. The fucker's has not eaten in months and months and months.
No,
like,
he did eat one time.
just once.
Like a month and a half ago. Like halfway through it.
And then he wouldn't eat again. I finally got him interested in it on Monday. And he won't strike. He doesn't strike at his food. I don't know if he's just, like, if Charlie was born in the wild, he'd die. Because he's just not smart.
Well, being that he's so derpy with his spider
I think he's
stuff,
afraid
maybe
to strike at stuff because he's so derpy and he knows that he's a little woo-doo.
like would miss.
Yeah. So you basically have to get him interested in it, and then you just leave it there for him, and he usually will just eat it. When he's
Set it right next to him.
Yep, and he's about it. So I left it, shut his lights off, covered his cage with a blanket, and left him alone for the rest of the night. And I came back the next morning to check it, and it was gone, and I was like, score!
Right.
I was so excited.
First time in like a month and a half.
Because I hate when they're on a hunger strike. Now I just gotta get Edgar to eat, and then everybody is eating right now.
Woot, woot.
Once we find Sunday, and I gotta get her to eat, but
Right.
otherwise, everybody is eating.
Well, Sunday ate the one day.
Yeah, they did fucking stay put, little shithead.
I have high hopes that here in the next day or two of putting food out, she'll come for it.
Right? I hope so. I gave it a break last night and didn't put any out because I don't want it to constantly smell like rodents either.
Right.
So I gave it a break last night. I'll put some out tonight.
Right. Plus, I went to bed early last night because I had truck, and then
I tattooed late last night.
yeah, so we didn't really have time to check them. We like to check them every little bit.
Like
I would,
20 minutes, half
I
hour.
would say like an hour, but it's not really an hour. It's like 45 minutes, half hour.
Yeah. But
And just in case that she's actually there,
Yep.
we're being as
Diligent as we can.
proactive as possible. From now on, nothing will have or go without a lock.
Jesus Christ, I've gone lock happy. Tinley has 8 locks. 2 of the good ones, 1 on each end, and then 3 along each edge of the poo-poo ones.
Yeah.
To make sure, because he's been trying to climb across his fucking roof. And I'm not playing that game, because monitors are smart, and they're stronger than they appear. So, he's got 8 locks on his cage. Because I'm not playing.
Right, you can't really reach most of the top, most of it anyways, so.
I confiscated my pots and pans back from Charlie, and Charlie has 4 good locks on his cage.
Right.
He ain't getting that apart, I promise. I've done checked. So he ain't getting.
At least he wouldn't be hard to find. You just have to look where the most noise is being done.
Good Lord, he makes for 2 hours. I yelled at him, thinking he was the cat causing noise, and it was Charlie wrecking shit in my kitchen, destroying the top of my refrigerator.
That's so funny, though.
Little shithead. Scared the bejesus out of me. I turn and I'm like, "What is that fucking noise?" Because the cat's right next to me. It's not her.
Right? I bet you, like, your hair probably stood up on the back of your neck. You're like,
It
fuck.
did. I'm like, what's
happening?
that? I was kind of afraid that I was going to find, like, a possum or a rat or something ridiculous in our house. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then there's Charlie poking his head off the top of the fridge. And I'm like, holy shit, Charlie, what the fuck? Yeah, it was... I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, Charlie. Scared the bejesus out of me. I got up there, grabbed a hold of him, poked him back in his cage after I cleaned all the damn cobwebs off his face. Because he just had him hanging off his face.
Right.
Not a care in the world. That's all he was doing, just looking at me. Put him back, and then proceeded to overload the top of his cage, because I'm like, nope.
Mr. Derp.
Oh, him and Popo.
He's such a sweet boy. He really is. He's just really fucking derpy.
Oh my god, I love him, though. He is your son's favorite.
Right?
He's the only snake that the other boy
Consistently wants to hold and hang out with.
Yep.
But also, like, Charlie does not move when he has a hold of him. It's really funny. Like, he just knows just to stay chill and calm. And
I know. He was snuggled with him on the couch, just laying on the other boy's chest. Not moving, just laying there while they were watching a movie. On the baby's birthday when I was getting reptiles out for him.
On Saturday.
Oh my god, speaking of that day. Okay, so the baby, it's her birthday. I'm like, you can have out any reptile you want. Who do you want to hold today? Terror Bear. You want to hold Terror Bear. Yep. Alrighty then, let me get the 4.5-foot carpet python with an attitude out. Here you go.
She didn't have too bad of an attitude.
No, she actually did really good, and I was really proud of her. She dealt with all three of the kids, actually, holding her, draping her over their neck. She did really good.
As a whole, I don't feel like she has an attitude problem, usually.
No.
It's usually Mocha that has the attitude.
I pick on her, because once in a while she does have a bitch day, but as a whole, she's honestly a pretty even-leveled female. Like, even mood kind of female.
She just don't like to be manhandled. She's not a fan of that.
Though, she's very much a mom snake. And, like, the entire time I'm trying to let her hang out with the kids, she's trying to get back up my arm. But she did good. She didn't hiss at any of them. She didn't bite at any of them. Like, she did a really good job. It just made me laugh that, you know, our 4-year-old daughter was like, yep, that one.
Because it's Mom's favorite, so it's got to be her favorite too, you know.
Oh, I know. Terry is her favorite at the moment.
At one point in time, it was Edgar.
It was.
And then it was Poe at one point in time.
It changes, and I'm sure it'll change from Terry to somebody else, too.
Probably. She's young.
She hasn't picked something yet. Like, there's not... We don't have one that's just kind of... Lily been like, nope. Or the baby's been like, nope, mine. Because that's what the other boy did with Charlie. He saw Charlie and was like, no, that's mine.
Right.
And from that day on, that was his snake, and ain't nobody allowed to have him.
The boy's always been about marbles.
I know.
And then, now he has his own bearded dragon, too, so. Pepsi. Pessy.
I know.
He gets so fucking pissed when I call her Pessy.
I know he does.
He's like, it's Pepsi!
He loves her.
It's so funny. What's really funny is, like, she was kind of like an ugly duckling when we first got her a little bit. Like, she was just really
she
boring.
was the most plain Jane. She was really boring when we got her, and I was shocked that that's who he picked. Because he was allowed to have any of the bearded dragons he wanted that were... Because we had set a price limit on there, and we had set it to only females. So anything he could see, he could have. And she was, like, one of the most boring ones on there, and he was like, yep, that one.
And then now she's like turning gold and orange.
She's beautiful.
She's really actually getting to be pretty cool looking.
And she's a really sweet dragon. Until it's bath time. She fucking hates bath time with a passion. She literally throws a temper tantrum the entire time. She's pissed.
She's fat.
But she is chunky. Like, she looks like she's pancaking 100% of the time.
She's just fat.
It's because she is fat. I'm like, big girl, listen. We can tell which one of you is stealing most of the bugs.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had to really try and monitor them as to who's getting what bugs.
Right.
But I'm sure the baby will find one that that's hers. The other boy is still begging me for a turtle. He wants a turtle so fucking bad.
No turtles. They stink.
I know. I told him that eventually we'll have a tortoise, just not yet.
Yeah, it's pretty low on the totem pole of things we want.
It is.
So.
But I feel bad because I know he would really enjoy one. I know he really likes them. And I think he would shit a fucking kitten right there on the floor. But it's something we have to wait a while on because in the house right now, we don't have the space. The only tortoise we've talked about getting is the cherry head.
Right.
Because they don't stay super small, but they don't get fucking gigantic.
I mean, they're pretty small.
They're not so small though that I'm super worried about like a child hurting it. Like it's big enough that a kid can pet it and enjoy it once it's an adult. You know what I mean?
Right. That's once we have our big building and whatnot. That's what we've talked about.
I know.
I'm telling them. The people sitting here listening to us.
I got you.
Yes. I really like the thought processes we have going forward with our buildings.
Me too.
It's just getting there. Oh.
I'm having a hard time being patient.
The nice thing though is like on Saturday we're going to look at equipment.
Yeah, man, I'm so excited for that. Actually had somebody offer a whole bunch. She's got like a shit ton of reptile supplies that we can come and sort through and look at. And we're gonna trade reptile equipment for tattoos.
Right.
And it's gonna be fucking stellar.
Right. I know. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what all she has.
Because I don't have to limit myself. I don't have to be like, well, we can't afford to get this and this. I'd be like, nope, we get both of these. We're getting this. We're getting this. We're getting this.
Right. Until you tack up like $2,000 worth of tattoos.
Oh, well.
Like, I'm going to tattoo all of you.
Yeah, but as a whole, think about this. If it's $2,000 in tattoos, that's only like... That's not, like, out of my pocket supplies-wise, it's still a fraction of what I would have paid for all that.
I'd say
cash.
probably $150, $200
Yeah.
worth of ink and supplies.
So, like...
It's well worth it.
Yeah.
You can hear the peepers tonight. It's warm out and it's raining.
Yeah, they're loving it.
So they're really out tonight. It's not even all that dark yet.
Mm-mm.
I love that they're out.
I know. I love peepers.
I know you love that they're out because it's a sign that spring is coming.
Yes. I hate winter. I'm so glad that it's like over. Almost over. Easter's almost here, so it should be just about done.
Right? Well, you know, spring and winter have been fist fighting over Pennsylvania
Jesus
for a month.
Christ. We've been in a nasty custody battle for like the last month.
I'll take that over all the weather in other places, though. Jesus.
Why? What's been going on?
I
in other
guess, like,
places?
Texas, there's been a shitload of, like, big tornadoes and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, I guess it's been pretty bad over there. And I guess there's a tropical storm right now or something.
Oh, shit.
Over by Florida. There's something big hitting Florida. So.
You know what I'm noticing?
What's that?
Us Pennsylvanians, we bitch a lot about our weather. But in all reality, we probably have one of the better weather situations out of all the states.
I try to tell you that all the time, and you just are like, bah, winter.
I know, but I hate snow. Like, I would, if our plans didn't revolve around what they are and why we need to be here, I'd just be like, no, I want to go to Kentucky. I want to go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But, like, just simply because they have our weather, but better.
Right. It's just you have to worry about ice storms in Kentucky.
Yeah, but Kentucky shuts the fuck down when that shit happens, so neither one of us have to go anywhere anyway.
Right, but then how do you make, like, a living during that time?
I don't know how that works, okay? I'm sure that they do something, I don't know. State of emergency, I'm sure everybody gets something. I don't fucking know how that works. But, regardless, it doesn't happen all the time. What?
Right? I don't think your stuff's on. Or it's not plugged in or something. You're super quiet.
No, it says it's on.
Like, super quiet. I don't know.
I think you're not plugged in.
It was plugged in, thank you. Just make sure it's plugged in all the way.
Because I'm, like, fucking yelling.
It's, like, barely recognizing you still.
Well, it's stupid.
Right?
Jesus. I'm over here literally, like, yelling.
Is your mic turned down? Yeah, over, yeah. That's, like, dead. It's been dead for, like, 5 fucking hits.
Well, it's a black pipe, and it's dark in here, so I can't fucking tell. It just keeps lighting, and I keep getting a hit, and I'm sure it's probably resin that we're getting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been trying to, I'm like, stop hitting the pipe.
Well, then say the words.
Well, he was talking.
I'm not good at, like, taking hints, sir. It's not my thing.
Right.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the correct pipe. So that I can put it in my pocket and warm it up.
Right. Oh, man.
Because I'm going to flip this open and have a smoke while we're talking.
Shaka.
Don't judge me, monkey.
Meh.
Yeah, it's definitely not dark out here yet.
No. I told you it wasn't.
No, I know it wasn't.
All right, so are you ready for our strain of the night?
Yes, please.
All right. So, the strain of the night is Purgatory.
That one just sounds like fun.
I know, right? It's an indica dominant, 80% indica. Its parents were Quirky, or Quirkle. Remember how we talked about Quirkle like a month ago? There you go.
Oh, nice.
And then Hell's OG is the other parent. It's high in THC. It's unknown on CBD. The smell and flavor combo is the citrus, tangerine, earthy blueberry. That's interesting. The effect is uplifting, couch lock, body buzz, cerebral, and balanced.
See, this sounds great.
I know, right? A heavy yielding, hard hitting, ready to lock you down. Purgatory mixes the genetics of Hell's OG and Quirkle to produce a heavy hitting, frost covered beauty. Known for her sticky buds and great choice for resin lovers, you only need to touch her bud for your finger to get sticky. Her aroma is reminiscent of tangerines and blueberries, making her a good choice for those who like fruity strains. This follows through into the smoke, which is an earthy citrus punch. Effects are a strong physical stone combination with a uplifting cerebral high, making it easy to get locked on the couch. Purgatory can grow indoors or outdoors without much problem at all. She grows with vigor. Yeah. Making her easy to train. If left to her own devices outdoors, she could become huge. Flowering time is 56 to 60 days, resulting in extremely large yields, especially under an experienced hand. It's really easy to grow. It's a photo period, 8 to 9 weeks, October, so that's towards the end of July, beginning of August is when you're going to want to plant it. It's got large yields indoors and outdoors. It's a medium height overall. And you can get it at the seed bank Subcools Dank.
Can we screenshot that or save it and, like, grow that one? Pretty please?
All right, I'll add Purgatory in there.
Okay, because, like, that one sounds great.
Well, we really liked the thoughts of Quirkle when we actually read Quirkle, remember?
Yeah, this sounds like Quirkle, but better.
You're funny. Oh. So we popped a lean-to again tonight, more or less.
Yeah, we fucking did.
And It's fucking my neck already. I'm like, damn it.
I'm sorry, love bug.
It's okay. It's just poo-poo.
I know.
But, yeah, so we're finishing out some sour diesel tonight. And what else were you planning on packing with tonight? Were we going to go with the purple disco? Or were we going to finish off face mount?
I don't know. What do you feel like?
I'm
Because both
not sure.
need ground, and the grinder is full of diesel right now.
Yeah. Well, like we said, we're going to finish out the diesel tonight.
Yeah.
So, once that's finished out,
We'll probably smoke the purple disco next because we don't have as high of a tolerance to it.
Right?
And then we'll switch back to the face melt.
I gotcha. So you're going to go with all of them tonight? A little bit.
Oh, tonight? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you just meant like overall.
Yeah, I meant
I gotcha.
overall. Because I don't know
I gotcha.
if I'll make it through both these pipes with what's left of the sour diesel or not.
I doubt it, being honest.
I think it's going to be close.
Right? We'll see.
Right? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Like, as soon as I finish the smoke, we're going to pack another one.
Right?
That's my plan.
So we are done with pipe number 1, which we never mentioned that we were doing green hit.
Oh, fuck. No,
Whoops.
we didn't. We suck.
Whoosh. Anyways, pipe 1's down. We packed a Gargamel, which is a little mushroom pipe.
I love Gargamel.
Right?
He is a little black mushroom, and I just adore the fuck out of him because I love mushrooms. They're cute. I found 30 little wooden mushrooms on Amazon, and they're not painted or anything. They're for you to paint, and there's like 30 of them in a pack, and I want them. So I can paint them.
Now, are they like shaped like a mushroom, or are they flat?
No, they're shaped like a mushroom, like a 3D mushroom. I'll show them to you.
I gotcha. How big are they?
They're like this.
So you think.
No.
You get them and they're like 3/4 of an inch tall, and you're like, fuck.
No. Let's see. Where's my wish list?
Oh, Jesus. She's got the Amazon out.
I do. We are good friends.
When Mal has the Amazon out, it's just not bueno.
Dude, I order shit from Amazon like weekly.
Sometimes,
Multiple times a week.
Sometimes daily.
I've made 4 Amazon orders this week. Look at these
I
things.
gotcha. Holy fuckaroo. Are they wooden?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Look
That's
how cute
interesting.
they are.
Right?
I
What-
want them.
What are you going to do with said mushrooms once you're done painting them?
I'm going to just decorate everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Just put one here, one there, one over there, one in here.
You're funny.
I'm just going to hide them all over our house. That's what's going to happen. No.
Oh, God.
I'll save them and I'll hide them in our reptile place, and you have to find all 30 mushrooms.
Isn't
30.
30 a little excessive?
No. It is not.
I think it is.
Okay, fine. You can break it into age groups, but some of them are finding all 30, damn it.
Jesus. You're like, we're going to play hardball with these people.
If you're 16 and over, you're finding all 30.
And what if they don't? Then they don't get the secret prize?
Yep.
I gotcha. The super secret wonderful prize.
The super secret prize is I'll have to buy more mushrooms and paint more, and they get to take one home.
You're funny. All of our mushrooms are 100% hand painted by us.
Yep.
You're funny. I wish that the weather was not a dick.
I know, it's gross out there.
Because, like, this whole neck shit's like, meh.
Take a break from it for a minute.
Nah, it's good.
But they're cute, and I really want them. They're like $16.
Right?
I just don't have it because I bought roaches and predator mites.
At the moment,
Somebody on Facebook actually posted a said, screenshot your last Amazon order. I might be in the market.
right.
That was my last Amazon order, so I screenshotted it and then posted it and said, I highly doubt you're in the market for some predatory mites and Dubai roaches. She goes, yeah, no, I'm good on that. And I'm like, figured.
Right. That's funny. Like, I talk reptiles with people all the time and stuff. And they're like all the time it gets brought up. So what do they eat? I'm like, all kinds of shit.
People panic when they think that I have rats in with our food.
Right? So I tell them about the rats, and I tell them about having colonies of bugs.
Right.
And, like, I never once ever thought in my whole life that I would have colonies of bugs.
Oh, my God. Me neither. Okay, I hate bugs.
But, I mean, we do what we have to because we have reptiles that eat them.
I never thought I'd be a bug farmer of all fucking things. Like, for fucking real.
It's too funny, though.
A bug farmer. And I'm here soon. I haven't been able to. I've had so much shit going on. I need to research how to do, like, 3 different other species of bugs colonies. Because I want to start those, too. And I'm considering starting an anole colony.
Yeah. Anoles are expensive.
Yeah, $10 a piece, and that's all this little fucking bitch will eat.
Right now. Eventually,
And
hopefully, we can get her on mice, too.
Because they're small, I'm feeding her, like, once a week.
Right.
And I don't even know if that's enough. She probably could eat 2 at a time, to be 100% honest.
Right. Well, here, once she gets a couple more feet on her, we can try to put some more mice in there and see what happens.
See if she fucking eats it and leaves it in the container for me.
No,
Or should
kills
I say, yeah, kills it and places it back in the container. Because it wasn't in the container. I physically saw it out of the container. Kind of felt bad for the little dude. He was really cute.
Yeah, I know, because you were like, I kind of feel bad picking something's death.
I did not like it. When I went and bought Adora a mouse here recently, I'm like, I just need a small mouse for feeding.
Right?
And I didn't even see it until I opened the box to feed it to her.
Right?
Turns out it was a little white mouse.
Usually.
He wasn't nearly as cute as the little black one that Wildfire just killed.
She definitely could have eeaten it, though.
Oh, easily. It was
like,
small
for her
enough.
size, yeah.
If Adora could eat the one that she ate, Wildfire could eat the one I put in there. For sure. Because as soon as I saw it, I was like, ooh, I don't know if she's going to be able to eat this. This might be a smidge big for her. This is not as small as I thought it was going to be.
Right.
And 0 problems.
Now, you got her a mouse or a rat?
A mouse.
I gotcha.
Because that's what she was eating right now.
I gotcha.
Is live mice. When we got her. So, I just needed to get... I need to get a couple meals into her, and then we can start trying to get her switched over to something.
Right.
Like, when we go to the expo again, we're going to get some frozen mice. See if we can get her to take those. Because I need some that are bigger than the ones I've got. Because apparently she's not a fan of how tiny those are. They're quite a bit smaller.
Like, that's a snack.
It is a snack.
She's like, give me something real.
Mocha doesn't mind a snack. She took a pup rat the other day like it was nothing and ate it and then was like, more? More?
Well, yeah, it's food.
It was just a little snack-em for her. I'm sorry, here.
Like, what are you doing?
Talking.
She's packing a pipe, and then she has it packed. She's just sitting there with a grinder in her hand, talking. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And blinding me with her fucking bright light.
I'm sorry.
Might have that a little too tight. Whew. Have to really hit that fucker to get it to go.
I don't even know where my lighter is now. There it is.
Well, good job.
What's up, bub?
It's better than last time. Oh, man.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Right? So, talking tattoos. We were, just before we started doing the podcast, I was Facebooking real quick, and I have an ink shaming page that is hilarious. If you're into shitty tattoos, just laughing and whatnot, ink shaming is what it's called. And it's actually in parentheses, it says, actually bad tattoos.
Dude, some of these things that he shows me, holy fuck.
Atrocities. Just atrocities.
They're terrible.
So, it says 10 months. Or I've only been tattooing for 10 months. And it's a picture of a tiger. You can tell it's a tiger.
It's a fucking terrible tiger.
But it's pretty beat. It is. It's on a guy's stomach and, like, lower chest. And, in the background, you see a Popeye. Would you like to tell him what it had, how it worked?
Guys, he had a fucking nipple dick. Literally, Popeye's dick was this dude's nipple.
It was fucking funny.
Holy fuck, I was dying. I'm like, I can't even remember what the tiger looks like. All I can remember is nipple dick over there.
So, I told her, I was like, I have to show you the first comment, because I was laughing about it. And she goes, what's up with the nipple dick? And I was like, oh my god. Because this guy's comment was, I can't pay attention to the tiger long enough to look, or I can't look at the tiger long enough to really see what's wrong with it, because I'm too distracted by nipple dick over there. And I was like, oh my god.
Oh, we had a good chuckle about it.
It was really funny.
I would literally cry if I ever saw one of my pieces on there. On, like, any of those pages like that, I would cry.
Right.
I would be so upset.
I'm sure. A lot of those people, I feel like, are like scratchers.
I know.
Or like that, like, shitty girl that's from Waterford there that just, like...
Dude, this bitch.
Does a shitty job, in my opinion. So I saw a butterfly she did today.
Yeah?
That's half butterfly and half, like, words.
Uh-huh. Oh, kind of like the one I have in my sketchbook?
And it's, like, it's bad.
Do you
Really
remember
bad.
what the word said?
It was Corinthians something.
I gotcha.
It was just garbage. I mean, like, the butterfly, I mean, it was pretty solid.
You'll have to show it to me later.
Yeah, I'll try to remember.
Because I'm curious. This girl has a shop in, like, 2 towns over. She's not very far away. We post
She's from our town, though.
Yeah, we post on the same pages, like our local pages, to advertise and whatnot. And she does talk some shit, a little bit.
Right. She just takes jabs, really. It's not like she, like, directly talks shit and says something directly to you or anything.
No, she just kind of pokes the bear to see if I'll retaliate, type of shit.
It's like I tell Mal, though, I'm like, you need to just not.
I don't.
Because, like, your work just outshines hers, and that's what really matters when it comes to tattooing.
Not one time have I ever even acknowledged that she's commented on anything.
Right.
I just 100% ignore her and do my thing. Because 100% my work's better than hers.
Easily.
And I'm not conceited. I am not a conceited person at all. I'm very critical of my shit.
Right. For sure.
Overly critical most of the time. And I'm aware of it. But as a whole, my work is better than hers.
Right.
Her prices are cheaper than mine. She'll do a piece for $100 that I'll charge $250 for, depending on what it is.
But at the same time, like, it comes down to quality too.
Uh-huh. If you go to her, we've had a client or two do that. Ask me for a price, ask her for a price, they go to her for that design, and it's trash.
And it doesn't look like she took the time to, like, draw it. Like you would have, I guess. I don't know.
I put so much fucking time and work into my pieces.
She draws everything like old school. Like everything.
Pen,
and like 4 times.
Like a pencil, a paper. I start with a red pencil and I work my way up.
Right. I feel like that's what, like, a lot of the big namers do. Like that's what they do. They custom draw everything.
But I don't know. I don't know how to do anything else. I like doing my own thing.
Right. The thing about doing it that way is like, you don't ever just do bullshit pieces usually, though. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, if I do, they're for, like, parties and shit. Most of the time, things are a decent-sized custom piece.
Right. And, like, most everything that you do is just about what you want to do. Rather than, like, doing bullshit that you don't want to all the time.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
I remember when my ex-wife used to work, like, at the shop she did in Bradford, like, people would come in and be like, so I want this emblem with my 5 friends right here. And she would spend, like, half of her day tattooing some stupid little emblem, or, like, sorority girls will come in and get their sorority letters.
Right.
She'd do, like, 6 of those in one day.
That'd be so annoying.
That would just, like, it was just kind of booty.
I don't think I'd enjoy doing walk-ins, to be honest with you, because, first of all, I don't draw fast enough to do walk-ins. I don't. I am way too critical, and I am not... Like, I have to do shit a few times before I finally fucking get it the way I want it.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think I'd be very good at that part.
A lot of those guys just, like, take a Sharpie, like a lime green Sharpie
yeah, I know,
or
and
something, and just fucking...
Yeah, no. I am not that good.
Like, it's crazy.
I can't do that.
Right. Like, my foot. When Corey did my foot for my grandfather...
He free-handed your damn font.
Yeah, like, there was no letters on my hand, or on my foot at all, when he put the drum set on there. And he's like, I'm just going to draw it on there by hand, is that okay? And I'm like, sure. It took him like 5 minutes, and he did all this like fancy shit on there too, and he's like, how's that looking? And I'm like, good. He's like, all right, cool. That's what we're gonna do then.
Yeah, like, don't ask me to do that. First of all, my weakness in tattooing is fonts. I have a magical website that I literally just print shit. I find a font I like in whatever kind of style I want. I find the perfect one. I print that bitch and I trace it, because do not ask me to create a font.
Right.
I've tried multiple times and it's a mess. I hate words.
I know. Like, you tattooing words is not your favorite.
Like, I think people underestimate how much I don't enjoy it.
No, I can't find my fucking lighter.
It's like one of my least favorite things to do.
I lost my lighter.
That's not good.
No.
Do I even
Somewhere.
I don't even know if I have a spare. Hold on. And if I do I know where it is? That would be a negatory.
Awesome.
That's the empty one. That's the one you're looking for.
That's fine. I didn't want it to roll off your leg.
I appreciate it. I'm putting it in my pocket.
Because you were, like, fucking off down there somewhere. Honestly, I didn't know that we didn't smoke the whole thing already.
Yep.
I thought we did. For some ungodly reason.
Nope. No, I like tattooing pretty colorful, fun things in the way I want to do them.
The really funny thing is that you aren't super, like, girly about most things, but you're like, yes, I want to do a pretty piece.
I know. I have a very girly style. For sure.
For not being a super girly person as a whole.
I know. Makes me giggle.
It is pretty funny.
Like, one of my favorite things to do are flowers. For fuck's sake, how much girlier does it get?
Right? Faux show.
They're so pretty. And you can do so many different things with them.
You could change the colors of shit.
And there's a flower for every occasion. Like the flower I put in the piece I did last night.
Right.
That flower is for healing.
I gotcha.
It's a clemen... It's not a clementine, but it was close to that. And I can't remember exactly what it's called. I have to look. But it's... A purple one of those represents healing. And it was a memorial tattoo.
Gotcha.
So, and she wanted a purple flower. She didn't give a fuck what flower. It was my pick. So that's what I put in there for her.
Right. That's cool, though.
Yeah, and then she wanted a purple butterfly because purple was for heroin awareness.
Right.
And that's what she lost her son to. So, and this is his memorial piece. So she wanted a purple butterfly. So I put a purple butterfly in there, and then I also put an orange butterfly in there. So that she has, because that also is, means healing. orange butterflies.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
So like a monarch would stand for
Yes.
healing.
I didn't even do a bot arc because everybody does bot arcs. I found one that's black and orange that's really pretty.
Right.
That almost looks like it's airbrushed in real life, and it's just gorgeous, and I loved it, so that's what I picked.
That's super cool.
Right?
I'm sure it's fun getting to put in like your own touches to stuff.
I love it. I love when people give me some freedom. Your cousin, he's my favorite one right now. He said, I'm in the mood for a tattoo. Will you create me something? Yeah, what do you want? I want you to have fun and be artsy with it. Just go.
Right.
All fucking okay then.
He did want a skull or a gun.
Yep.
I remember.
Because I asked him, well, give me something to build on, dude. And so he started rambling shit off, and what we are ending up doing is a skull that's like being taken over by nature and shit. There's moss on it, and a tree growing out of it, and flowers, and some vines, and a spider, and waterfall, and just everywhere.
It's just crazy.
There's a lot to that piece.
Right. It does look pretty cool.
But because it's your cousin, I'll do it for, much cheaper than I would normally do it. But
right.
That, and it's going to be a fun piece for me. Like, I'm going to enjoy doing this piece.
And then speaking of tattoos, I should be able to get tattooed tomorrow night, yeah?
Yeah, that's what we were planning on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just making sure that was still planned.
I thought it was.
Third time's a charm.
Yep.
I'm really excited. I've been really excited to get this done.
If we can get your line work in and your frame all shaded and all colored, even though it's not actually color, but we're going to say it's colored.
Right.
Then I will be happy.
Right.
And then we can do, because I know doing Rodney and that background color is a very slow process because it's a very bright set of colors.
And there's a decent amount of space to actually have to
pack color into. So like that background alone is going to take a hot minute.
Right.
And that's one of the last colors because they're super bright light colors.
Right.
That's not even including trying to do Rodney and his little invention.
Wonderbot.
Wonderbot.
I know, I'm super excited.
I'm excited to do it for you.
I have been for months.
I know.
Since I decided that's what I wanted to do with my other shin.
Yep. I gotta finish coloring in your thigh piece, too.
Right.
I'm finishing my thigh for my birthday.
Okay.
We'll see.
This is about the 40th time you said that.
I'm gonna try. I didn't schedule anything. A lot of times I end up scheduling something last minute that day because somebody wants something, I need the money, and that's the only day I got open. I'm like, okay.
Right.
But I didn't schedule anything because it was my birthday, and you're not going to be here. So I'm like, fuck it.
I know.
Let me finish it. It's okay.
I still feel bad, though.
But I figure if I could start on it shortly after the kids go to bed, then that gives me a hot minute before you get home. And I'm sure if I'm close to being done when you get home, you'll be patient and let me finish.
Oh, I don't mind.
Because I got to touch up what I did last time, too. I got to blend those colors just a little bit better.
I like watching.
I know. You think it's funny watching me go, motherfucker.
You watched me sit and do my cactus.
I know.
You know?
I sat and watched, though, because you asked me to come sit with you and make sure
I wasn't fucking shit up good.
Yeah.
So do you got some questions for me?
Oh, shit. Questions. Where's my phone?
You're like, damn it.
Somewhere.
I forgot.
Right here. Okay, so, let's see. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I don't want to click that on accident. Okay, let's see. Okay. Is a person ever truly evil, and if so, are they born that way? I fully believe people can be truly evil. But I believe some are born that way, and I believe some are made that way. Or some are Yeah.
raised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're made that way because of their life circumstances, whatever the fuck happened to them.
Right.
Some of them are legitimately born that way.
I feel like a chemical imbalance is a thing that will cause you to act adversely compared to most people. So, I mean, I think that you could be born with a chemical imbalance that will cause you to have more problems than other people.
So they've actually done brain scans on serial killers, and they've discovered that their brain is, I don't remember, like, some parts of it are lit up more than they're supposed to be all the time.
A chemical imbalance.
Yeah, and I can't remember exactly, they named the chemical, and I can't remember what it is, but basically they're much, much more inclined to
Get violent.
Yeah. Now, not everybody who has that chemical imbalance, I guess, becomes violent.
Right.
Or becomes like that. And not everybody who's a serial killer has that chemical imbalance. But it is a
It's
trend.
just a normal trend.
It is.
I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I believe that there's definitely chemical imbalances and whatnot that causes you to, like, act out or be just hard to get along with and whatnot.
Well, I'm going to tell
automatically.
you right now, if I didn't believe it before, after watching that show, 11 seasons of Evil Lives Here, I believe it.
Right? I don't know. I feel like a lot of those people we're just out to do things for them always.
Yeah.
And, like
Like, a lot of them, it wasn't even how they were raised. A lot of them had good home lives.
loving parents.
Right.
Like the Omaha kid there. His dad did everything he could.
Literally, two
He
divorces
even
and
divorced
everything.
the kid's stepmom so that way he'd come back home.
Yeah.
Like, divorced his wife to try to get his son to come back home. His son comes back home. He's taking care of him. He thinks everything's hunky-dory. He even got a job, whatnot. And then, like, that happened.
Yeah. Like, this dude went out of his way. He was, like, good dad. He was an awesome dad. Probably a little bit too...
Lenient?
Yeah. But as a whole, you knew he gave a damn about his kid.
Right.
He tried.
Right.
And that's what matters. But, like, I feel like some people are just born bad.
Right. It's just more so, like, I don't know. Just, like, how they think about things.
Right? You can tell a lot of them, their brain is broken. Animal abuse seems to be a big trend in that, too.
Well, that's, like, the one thing that you can hurt that people won't notice, or, you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
I know. Every time it talked about it in almost every episode, it just made my heart sad.
Right. I mean, I had a kid that at Beacon Light. That's the reason why he was there.
I remember you telling me, because that kid, I was like, ooh.
And, like, now
He was, what, like 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they asked him, he ended up killing an animal with a hammer.
Wasn't it a rabbit?
Right. I didn't want to give too much details just because I'm like,
Sorry.
I don't really know what's legal and what's not. Because
Fair. I'm
it's
sorry.
a government agency I used to work for.
I shut my mouth.
But, he killed an animal with a hammer, and they asked him why he did it. He said, I'm practicing for my mom and my aunt. Because they abused him constantly and stuff.
That's awful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that one's out of, like, self-preservation, I guess. Is, like...
I know.
At 7? Like, that's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like...
Kid has a strong survival instinct, I guess.
Right. But actually, he was in a magazine a couple of years ago.
Really?
With his foster father. And that they were doing really good. So I was really happy to hear it.
That's awesome.
I always thought he was a really sweet kid.
Yeah.
It's just, like...
The circumstances he was in just...
That, and he had a temper problem. But,
Well.
like, you have to work with him on it.
If you can learn how to control your anger and manage... I shouldn't even say control your anger. It's manage your anger.
Well, it's coping with it.
Yeah.
Like, if
Then-
you have good coping skills, you can get through stuff.
Right.
what the fuck?
What?
Like the blanket just fell. I'm like, what the
That's
fuck?
because I leaned forward.
Yeah, no shit.
It's because I needed to stir the bowl.
Right?
I think it's empty.
I had a lot of children I worked with that I would blame a lot of their problems on their parents.
I feel like
Bad parenting
when
and stuff.
I feel like when it comes to troubled kids, that's a lot of it.
Right?
And once they get out of that situation, some are fine and they can have great productive lives because they're no longer in that toxic environment, and some of them just carry that toxicity with them.
A lot of kids that I had, it wasn't even the fact that their parents were aggressive or mean or whatnot. It's that they didn't give a shit.
Right.
They weren't really there for their kid.
And they were trying to get some kind of attention, any kind of attention.
More or less. And then I had one kid that, he got there, he had a horrible track record with the police where he lived, and it just wasn't sound like it was going to be a good situation for us to have to deal with. He was 15 at the time. And we looked at his paperwork, and we saw that he had been, had the cops called on him at least a dozen times, and, all kinds of other shit. He gets there, and he's super polite.
Uh-huh.
Super friendly, easygoing. I'm like, what in the heck? This doesn't match what his stuff is. So we figured it out very quickly that his mom just pushed him over the edge where he would, flip out. She would purposely piss him off. And he would flip out, and then, being that he was flipping out, she'd call cops.
Oh. That's awful.
Because, he was supposed to be there for 18 months. He was there for 9. Was on the wrestling team where I had worked. Had straight A's in school. Swore one time in the entire time he was there, and it was because he hurt himself. And, just out of, pain.
Right.
He said, he was like, ah, shit, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like,
dude.
What the fuck, man? Why are you even, why are you even here? But we figured it out was because of his mom.
I hope he did okay after he got got old enough to be away from his mom.
Yeah, I still have heard from him, when I used to live where he's from.
Uh-huh.
I saw him every month. He came in, paid his cell phone bill at the cell phone store I used to work at, and we'd talk. And he had a kid. He was 19 or 20 at the time. And his girlfriend was pregnant. And yeah, they seemed to be, things seemed to be pretty good for him.
I'm really glad.
He had a full-time job and whatnot, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. A lot of the kids that I had where I worked, I feel like they were good kids. They just were in a bad situation.
Right?
Some of them were not.
I remember you telling me some stories of some kids that they were a problem.
There was a few kids that I definitely agree with the fact that they were in a group home of some sort.
Can you put that back in the bag so I don't believe
I don't even know where the fuck the bag
It's
is.
right next to you. That's it.
You're right next to you, underneath all this bullshit. You know.
It's just not underneath all this bullshit. It's underneath our blanket that we're under too.
Yeah, now I have to retuck my leg, motherfucker.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Who the fuck's this Pete guy, anyways?
I'm gonna get a snake and name it Pete.
Jesus Christ. Alright, so what's the next question you had?
Oh yeah, I have more.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Sure, yeah.
What is the single most important thing in making a relationship work?
Communication.
That's actually what I was gonna say too.
As a whole.
Yeah.
Having good communication and talking about when stuff's bothering you, or if your partner's doing something that we could even put this as our advice tonight. But anything that's bothering you or that's bothering your partner, if you guys have the ability to talk about it when it is an issue, instead of letting it build up and cause it more of an issue in your relationship, that's definitely going to do a lot better.
Yes. And it's really important to... Sorry. It's really important, too, that when your partner comes to you with a problem, that you don't go on the defensive and get all fucking gnarly. Like, be calm and hear them out and talk about it. Because obviously there's a reason that they feel the way they do.
Right. For sure.
And it's really important that you understand why and how you can fix it. Like, don't start getting all pissy and yelling and being bitchy, because that sucks.
Right.
I've been in situations like that, and it's poopy.
The other thing on that end is, like, with, like, being honest. Like, that's a big part of communicating, is, like, being honest with each other. So, like, I feel like always trying to be honest, or, like, when there is an issue that has arisen and it's talked about, you know, being honest definitely gets you farther than that.
It does.
And that's what we try to teach our kids and stuff, too.
The consequences are going to be far less if you're honest than if you're not.
Right. So, I mean, I feel like that ties in with communication.
It does. It does. I think it does.
So.
It's really important. It's important, even, like, communication is to sit down with your partner and just talk about your fucking day. That's important.
Right. Well, like, let's be honest, after so long, like, you're gonna run out of shit to talk about. That's, like, new shit to talk about.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So you have to just gear your conversations towards, like, what's going on, what's your near future plans.
Manifest, guys.
Yeah, different shit like that. That's the best way to...
And for God's sakes, be okay with listening to them retell stories. It's okay.
Yeah, oh yeah. Me and Mal have heard the same stories at least a dozen times sometimes.
And neither one of us mind.
Nope.
I love hearing the same stories.
A lot of times, it's like when we're talking to different people, you hear the same story like a dozen times, but with, like, you know, a dozen worth of people that are, it's different. Or, like, if you're, like, a big gathering, some of the people might have heard it, but some people haven't.
Right?
Like, that kind of thing.
Like, that part's important, too.
But
like, you need to talk about how your day was and just ask how they are.
I promise you, it shows, like, your partner that you give a shit when you ask them, you know, how they are doing, or, like, how their day is, how their day was. I mean, it just shows the other person that you're still, like, interested in stuff about them overall.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of relationships fail because there's not enough, like, reassurance.
I've heard a lot of people say that their relationship failed because part of it was because they just ran out of shit to talk about. And I'm like...
Like, that's... I don't get that.
I don't understand, because...
Like, what kind of relationship is that, then?
They're like, we've already heard the same stories. Well, yeah.
So?
So what? Tell it again. Relive the memory.
But, I mean, stuff to talk about, though, like we just said, like, if you're asking your partner about their day... Or, like, you know, what's on their mind. If they seem distant, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not always easy to start a conversation. But if somebody asked you about it, then you would be more likely to give up the answer. Or like to talk to them about it.
Sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes I need to wait, and I won't talk to you about it until I'm ready to talk about it. And sometimes I need that little nudge.
Like, today is a good example of it. You seem kind of off today, you know, so I asked.
Yep.
And I mean, it's just mainly because, like, everything was Sunday and whatnot right now. So, like,
yep.
I get it. You know, it's nothing that anyone did or anything like that. So, It's not like it's something I can really fix either until I can find Sunday. You know, so we just have to try to be patient, and that's that. But.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those things that not everyone's able to talk about stuff just like them bringing it up. Sometimes you have to ask them about it.
I know.
And that's all part of having good communication. All right. So let's get off of this all, like...
mushy, gushy bullshit.
It's a little too intense for this guy.
Yeah, but it worked for two pieces.
Right.
My question and the advice of the night.
And I mean, I think it was good conversation, too.
See, I did good this week.
Right? So what's Frisbeetarianism?
Presbyterianism.
Presbyterianism?
Yep, Presbyterianism.
Can you spell it for me,
Holy
please?
fucker. You're a dick. You did that on purpose.
I ask you this every week.
Yeah, but this is like fucking 37 letters.
Is it really?
Frisbeterianism.
Okay,
Presbyterianism.
So it's kind of like frisbee religion. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, huh? That's exactly what I was like. Okay, that's interesting.
That's kind of the way the words put together. Got it. Okay, so let's see. Maybe somebody who is kind of jumping around between different religions, trying to figure out what they're doing, what they believe in.
Okay, so it's like a slang word for religion then?
Like
because you're just kind of not sure what you're doing yet?
Like a religion jumper type of person, yeah.
Okay. It's the philosophy that when you die, your soul goes up on a roof and gets stuck. George Carlin.
Holy fuck.
I don't believe in reincarnation. I'm a strong Presbyterianism. Presbyterianist. I could deal with that though. Like
stuck on the roof?
Like if we just sat like on our house together forever and just chilled out and enjoyed watching like nature and everything, I could handle it.
Fair.
Just saying.
As long as you were with me, I'd be golden.
Right? Shit, we sit in the car for fucking 8 hours and we never stop talking. So like
you know what though? I don't mind long car rides with you. Like physically, they kind of suck. But when it comes to the ride itself, I don't mind it.
Right?
I'm gonna relight this too, baby.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it. For sure. Like, I have a hard time sitting in a car sometimes.
I know. I have to bring pillows with me, so I have one, like, behind me so that my back doesn't hurt as bad and whatnot. And I have to sit this way and that way and switch and swap and...
Yeah, kind of like I have been tonight, because I'm like, I just can't get comfortable.
Yes.
For more than 3 minutes at a time.
Your hair is going to be wild when we get out of here, because, like frizz-wise. Because it's just rubbing back and forth on this blanket.
I've had my hood up most of the time.
It just makes me giggle.
Right? Oh.
I know.
It's just like my neck doesn't hurt right now. It's my middle of my back.
I'm really excited. I'm hoping we can make this other trip this fall happen. I know that it's still kind of up in the air whether we'll be able to or not, but I'm hoping we can. If not, I 100% understand. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's a lot of things up in the air right now for us. So, it's just the amount of time it takes for us to do stuff.
Right?
So, like, all the different stuff we have to get fixed around our house. Depends how long that takes.
I know.
Along with, like, getting our gargoyles set up. Like, if we for surely are buying gargoyles this year, like the summer, by the summer, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't be, because we're just waiting on our cage.
I know, as of right now.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, delays in that and stuff, you know what I mean? Money-wise and whatnot, you never know. I mean,
right.
We have money in the account right now, but you never know where a fucking problem might come up or something and cost us $1,000.
I know.
So, like, there's a lot of stuff up in the air right now, that's all.
I know.
And we have tickets to, like, 15 concerts. And have to fucking drive to all these concerts and shit. Which some of them were going with my mom, but, like... Oh.
I think I know of, like, 4.
Yeah, I was being a smart ass with how many concerts.
Okay, I was like,
but I'm just saying,
fuck.
like, when we go to Beartooth in the beginning of next month, I'm going to have to drive us to Rochester, and there's multiple tolls, so, like...
Why don't we just GPS a toll-free road?
Because it's like a 4.5 hour drive to Rochester and 4.5 hours back at, like, 1 in the morning.
Oh.
And I have to be to work at, like, 7.
You can't schedule yourself to go in a little later that day and make somebody else
It's a
open?
Monday. I have to go in and do the food order and shit.
Did you poop?
No.
Oh, you clearing smoke.
Yeah, it was really, really smoky and was burning my eyes.
Well, I thought the food order did have to be until like 4.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Yeah, see, you could go in later.
Yeah, you want to drive 9 hours on top of fucking going to a concert?
No. How
Because
long is it tollway?
It's like 3 hours.
So it's literally the same difference as it was when we went to Chicago. And we decided to do toll-free ways.
Kinda,
And just
yeah.
added an extra 45 minutes.
You did it with me the one day when we went to Rochester for that.
Yeah,
fucking-
because your mom was
drove-
like, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah, we didn't think it was going to take us 4 hours to get home, because it only took us just under 3 to get there.
Because we forgot to switch it back. We used one phone to get there and used the other phone to get back, and the other phone had it set for no tolls. And it took us some ass backwards way home. And we're
Yeah,
like,
that's
what
how
the
we'd
fuck?
end up coming back this time, too. Like, do you really want to do that?
No,
Going through fucking Franklinville and everywhere else and bumfuck nowhere?
no.
Exactly, you just need to take the fucking toll road.
All right. I'm excited for that one, though.
But, like, I'm going to a couple more concerts that you're not, though.
I know.
Because, like, The Offspring,
Is your mom watching the kids when we go to Beartooth?
I imagine so. Mom wanted to know something else, too. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But, yeah, so, like, Beartooth, that's a super exciting concert right there. I've never seen Silverstein either, so it'll be interesting. I've seen Devil Wears Prada and Era, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Era's cool to watch. I mean, their guitar work's amazing and stuff, but, like, I'm not really into them.
I know you're excited to be going to concerts and stuff again because they're just starting to kick back up. It's really been since 2020 hit.
Right.
It's
I
been-
mean, we went to a
gone
couple
to a
concerts
few.
last year.
We've
but-
gone to a few, but not nearly as many as you're used to going to because they haven't had them available or this or that reason. You know what I mean?
Well, like with our reptiles, like I'm trying to cut back on, concerts and shit because it is expensive, and like we have a lot of stuff to pay for with reptiles and whatnot.
I know.
So, but yeah, like going to see The Offspring with my ma here in May, like that's super exciting for me. And then tickets to go see Rob Zombie with Batman 5000, Static X.
Am I going with you to the one in May?
No.
No, I don't know which. I can't remember which ones I'm going to and which ones
You're
I'm
going to
not,
see
so-
Kid Rock with me in August.
Okay. So, our Beartooth one in May, and
Yeah.
then August is my next one, right?
I think so.
Everything. Okay,
I
awesome.
might be wrong. There might be another one in there. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I've been watching for Blake Shelton tickets.
Yeah?
I have. I ain't even gonna lie. I've looked a couple of times just because, like, if he is touring and it comes near us, I would really like to go see him.
Right?
Even if I have to buy shitty tickets and sit far away and just be there for that.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Right?
Sorry for the interruption, guys. And on another note, we forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah, we fucking did.
Yeah, we suck. I do have to say, though, we were cleaning tanks this week. Or should I say, Mal was cleaning tanks this week. And we needed to clean wildfires. So, with having to clean wildfire, we knew we had to get her out. And get her a bath. And we actually were fairly pleased with her. It was our first time actually getting her out.
She definitely spazzed for, like, 15 seconds. And then she used her brain and calmed down and realized that we weren't hurting her and we weren't doing anything to her.
Right? Yeah, she was really, really good.
Yes, she was.
She only, like, halfway struck, really, at Mal after she could see her house and wanted to go home.
Yep.
And we weren't putting her away because she had some yayas. And you have to train them
Work with them.
that, like, you can't go to home when you're being crazy.
Yep.
So, like, we had to let her get her yayas out, and then she was like, "I'll fuck you up," and like tried to bite. Ish.
Yep. And I was like, oh, okay, ma'am.
But before her bath, we probably spent at least 5 minutes rubbing underneath her belly and the top of her a little bit, and just letting her know that we're not going to hurt her, just so that way we can start building a rapport with her.
Short, positive interactions. That's what are important right now.
Especially coming from being a wild animal to now a pet.
Her wounds, though, that she had that looked like something had bit her, they've healed up really nicely.
Yeah, they just have a little bit more time to go. I think that she'll make a full recovery on, like, scales will look normal. They'll be normal again.
I think probably her next shed, you won't even be able to see where they were at.
Right? This time she just has, like, a little, like, it seems like white around her scales that were affected.
Yep.
But
like, they still look like they were just a little bit damaged, but not fully. So, should be the next shed. You won't even be able to tell she was bit by anything.
it's not even going.
What do you mean?
It's not going. Alright, guys. Sorry for the hold up. I know you guys didn't feel the hold up, but we had a hold up. And we didn't remember what we were talking about, so sorry.
Dude, the fucking app was broken.
Right? I know. There's something wrong. There was, like, it just wasn't working, and I don't know. But I will say, Miss Mal was cleaning cages this week, and we got to Wildfire, and we haven't had her out since we've gotten her, because we wanted to give her some extra time to acclimate.
We wanted to get her to eat.
Right.
That was the goal. We wanted to leave her be until we could get her to eat something.
That way, we knew she was at least somewhat comfortable, because snakes will not eat if they're not comfortable at all.
Yep.
So we wanted to make sure she was comfortable and acclimated at least a little bit before we got her out. So we had to clean her cage today. So with cleaning, or not today, but this week.
Yeah.
With doing it, we had to get her out for a bath. So we were anticipating it being a little rough because it was our first time holding her.
I figured I'd get bit, to be honest with you. Like, 100% honest, I was ready for it. Because she's quite the sassy little thing.
And I mean, she's not very big. I mean, she's got a little mouth. So at least it wouldn't be like a huge chomp.
My thought was, if I could handle Terror Bear's bite, I could deal with hers.
Right? Yeah, Terry's a little bigger.
Yeah, and I've taken a few of those, so I'm not overly concerned.
Right? So we ended up getting her out. And like we figured she was going to try to make a run for it. Mal grabbed her in mid, like, trying to get up her tank wall flight.
Yeah, the original plan was he was on one side, I was on the other. And he was watching for her, and I was trying to get her curtain rods out so she didn't have anything to launch herself off of out of the top. Because I knew she was going to try and go off the top.
And she's, like, wicked fast. So
it worked out perfect, because as I was trying to get it, he's like, she's coming.
She just grabbed right a hold of her and pulled her out, and we hung out with her for a solid 5 minutes. Rubbed her belly, rubbed the top of her, just so that way she can slowly start to get a rapport with us that, well, we're not trying to kill her.
She's very smart. You can see her brain working. It's really neat, actually.
Right? She's very attentive.
Very alert to everything.
And, like, they look around really, really fast.
They kind of remind me of, like, the owl of the snake world. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. They're definitely way more observant and give a shit about what's around them. Also, her coming from the wild at one point in time, like,
makes her incredibly alert.
She used to have to worry about predators. Right. So now, like, she's got, like, the predator minds going on.
She's constantly on alert and constantly on edge and constantly aware of what's around her.
But she did really good. We ended up having to put her, when we put her back, when we got close to her home, she knew it was home and wanted it in home instantly.
Yeah. She likes her home.
So she kicked her yayas back up and got going for a few minutes, and we made her wait until she was calmed down a little bit, and she tried like half-ass striking just to be like, hey, take me home.
Yeah, I reached my hand in front of her for her lid, and she kind of half-ass rushed at me. I'm like, oh yeah?
So, I mean, it was a good experience though for us.
It was.
It was definitely a lot better than what I was anticipating.
She did really good, and she didn't even freak out when I picked her up out of her bath.
Right?
Like, she really didn't yaya at all after that until
we got
she
near
saw
her house. Yeah.
As soon as she spotted our house, it was game on.
Oh, man. Well, it's about that time.
Yep.
We're finishing up our third pipe. I hope you guys are keeping up with us and having a great night. Day, afternoon, whatever it is at this point in time. So, we'll catch you later.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and follow. Remember, keep it wild.
Keep it creative.
And see you later.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.